Hello, online crew. I am back from Bali and true to form, I'm having technical difficulties straight away. So I just need to fix something up here. Bear with me. I've got to go over here. How is everybody? I'm sure you've missed me terribly. Not, but I've just got to find the live. We've got to share that over to this group here. Oh, something isn't working. We've got technical difficulties. Wonderful. Let me try that again. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to share in all the normal places. This is second technical difficulty I've had today, but now I'm sharing into the group. So hello, everybody. Get rid of that message. How are we? Thank you, Jody. I appreciate the welcome back. It's been 2 weeks since I've been live because I went to Bali. We went with another family who was celebrating a special birthday, and it just happened to be my birthday while we were away as well. So it was a double celebration. It was just the timing of how that worked out, and we had a great time. What I want to share with you, I've got photos on my personal profile if you want to check that out. What I want to share with you, though, is kind of my posting while I was away and what I learned from that. So whether you go away or not, it might just be a quiet time that you could relate to this. So maybe you haven't been away or traveling, but maybe you've, just had something or some kind of upset or some kind of life distraction where you haven't posted very much. So the implication of that. So I want to give you some suggestions from what I learnt if you have those kind of times. So it could be holidays, or it could just be, life is happening, and so you just haven't posted much. So here's what I was looking back in, how often that I posted and where I posted, and the kind of the results from that. So firstly, on Facebook, I only posted 4 times in 12 days. So that's basically every 3 days that I posted. But from that, even though that's probably a little bit less than what I would normally post on Facebook, I still did put up a post. Like, we've got a bit of a product launch happening at the moment in my company. So I posted something before I left. I posted 1 post or 2 posts while I was away, or maybe there was only 2 posts. Anyway, I think there was about 2 posts of those 4 posts that I was talking about sort of this product launch. Now, from that, even though I posted less, because and there's a way that I posted, which is where I want to make my point. I still got 11 leads for a new product that we're promoting from those posts. So I actually posted less while I was away, but I still posted, which is important, to if you want interest on something that you're newly promoting, that you do some kind of posts. So I still got 11 leads out of that, which I'm quite happy with, considering I haven't really talked about it much at all. So 11 leads on Facebook was pretty good while I was away. But here's what I recommend regarding how you post. And I've just got off like a call with my VIP students for the last couple of hours, and I was reviewing somebody's profile. And something that was lacking with their profile, which is what I did while I'm away, which makes the difference in the engagement. When you are promoting something in your company, maybe it's a new product launch, or just a product in general, start with a story. Start with your something that's meaningful to you, emotion for you that other humans can relate to, and then talk about what it is that you want to talk about. When you only talk about in a post regarding, something new that's launching or a product that you love, and you talk about the thing, it can fall a little bit flat. But when you post with something that is meaningful to you, like your story, what something about that product means to you, you draw people in with the story first. Then you have like whatever it is that you're promoting kind of around that, but you've got them already hooked in and interested with the story. I hope that makes sense. So even though I posted less on Facebook, I still got 11 leads while I'm holidaying, in Bali for almost a couple of weeks, because I post in a certain style, like in a particular way. So I hope you're kind of understanding that. You can post less, but it's the way you post that will draw people's attention in and make that human connection. So human connection comes from other people seeing themselves in your story, not what it is. Nobody cares kind of what it is that you're talking about until they kind of feel that it can help them. So that's on an emotional level. So when you connect with somebody on an emotional level in your posting, you can still get good results even while you're away kind of holidaying for a couple of weeks. So there's the lesson in that. It's kind of, you can post less when life is distracting you, or when you're away on holidays, or you're sick, or whatever. But when you do post, even though it's less, start with whatever it is that you're talking about. If you're promoting a product or a business, what it means to you, how it relates to you, like get people's buy-in in how they can emotionally connect with you. So talking about something versus talking about the emotion of that thing to you and your story, massive difference. Okay, massive difference. So I still got 11 leads from the Facebook post because of how I actually wrote it. Okay, and what it meant to me. The other interesting thing while I was away is I didn't post a lot. I've just shared that with you in Facebook, but I did pretty much share stories every day, most days, regarding what we were up to. Nothing to do with business, just kind of where I was or the next destination that we were at. So we actually stayed in 4 different places while we were away in Bali. So I shared visuals of where we were and the room and the ocean and different things. And my engagement on my stories went through the roof. And you know why? Because people are curious. They're curious where you are, what you're doing, what you're up to. It's not business related, but the views on my stories was probably double what they normally are, just by posting where I was at and what I was doing. Now, the magic in that is the conversations that can get started that come to you in your inbox from your stories. So you don't necessarily need to initiate conversations when you've got interesting things in your stories, because when people watch them and they say something, it automatically hits your inbox. And when you're having a conversation with somebody, when you do post on your timeline, guess who's going to see it? All those people that were in your inbox. So even though you might go through times where you go away and you post less, or you're distracted by a life event of some sort, it's still really important, even if you've got less posts on your feed, to still share in your stories, not even business related, because I guarantee you people are watching and they love the kind of behind the scenes type content of what you're doing and what you're up to and where you're going and things like that. So stories are still really important when life is doing life. Even though you might be posting less on your feed. Really, really important. So just remember that next time you go away or you've got life going on and you're really busy, just share a little bit in your stories about what you're up to, what you're doing. Doesn't even not even a hint of business related, because I guarantee people are watching. People love watching behind the scenes. Okay. They feel more connected to you as well when they're watching kind of behind the scenes kind of content. They can also relate or ask questions. The amount of people that would ask me in my stories, "Oh, where are you now?" Or "That looks beautiful. What part of Bali are you in?" Or "Where is that? What hotel is that? We're looking to go to Bali soon. That looks beautiful." Like, it just creates so much conversation, or just eyeballs, because people are very curious. People love behind the scenes stuff. Thank you, Trish, for the welcome back. And it really helps people feel more connected to you. It makes you more of a human being when they see a little bit about your life. So even if you're not traveling, like maybe you're not going on a destination, but you've been doing something in your life that's kept you really busy, just share a little bit of that, because people feel like they're more connected to you when they learn a little bit more about you and what you're up to. So just definitely share in your stories, even if you're posting a little bit less on your feed. Now, next lessons, Reels and TikTok. Shocking. Let myself down. I said before I went away, I'm not going to do what I did when I went to Chicago and post a lot less on my TikTok and Instagram. I still posted a lot less. Couple of reasons for that. We were with another family who are not in my world of social media. And my husband isn't a big lover of sharing things on social media, like all the time. So I'm around like a whole environment of people that are not, very social media, well, not like I normally am. So I just kind of respected that, and spent good quality time with them and my family as well. So I didn't create, I think I posted one TikTok and reel, but I wrote down the stats. I did 2 reels and TikToks over 12 days. I still got 24 leads from those 2 reels. So it's still worth posting something rather than not posting anything at all. I mean, two reels and TikToks in 12 days for me is not my normal. I'm normally posting every day or thereabouts every day. So very unusual for me. But the 2 that I did post, I still got 24 brand new leads. So it just goes to show, even if it's less, it's still worthwhile doing something, because you never know, who you're going to attract. And every time I post a new video, it lifts the views of all my other videos. So that's something to think about as well. Even if you posted a reel or a TikTok, if you're doing them, that's not business related, it can still lift the views of all your other videos. Now, even though I only did 2 over those 12 days, I still got leads every day from my previous videos. And that's what I love about short form video. If you're not doing them, you should be doing them. You can do them on Facebook as well, but Instagram and Facebook is that they live on a lot longer than when you posted. When you look at like Facebook content on the feed, it gets buried. Like you do a post, and then you do another post over the top, and the one underneath it gets buried, and it gets buried, and it gets buried. When it comes to like kind of written posts is what I'm talking about. When you do reels and short form video, they live on. And so even though while we were away, I was still getting leads every single day from previous videos. Okay. So, I've worked hard at my consistent content that I can take a couple of weeks off and still get leads coming in every single day, because I'm so consistent with who I'm talking to, what problem I solve for them, the same call to action. That content still works for me while I'm away doing less. So short form video is something to pay attention to and do consistently to the same target market with the problem that you solve, because that works for you on an ongoing basis. So it just highlights to me the importance of the short form video, and particularly, on Instagram and TikTok, I was still getting leads every single day. So what I'm trying to share with you in all of that is, if you have times where you go away, downtime, any special occasion, Christmas, New Year's, any time of year, or, you've got life going on, still sharing your stories, because people are interested in what you're doing behind the scenes, not always talking about business. People are curious about other humans and what they do. So keeping up stories is really important. If you do less posts on Facebook when this is sort of going on, when you do post on Facebook, just share from emotion and story based if you're trying to promote something, rather than just talking about the something or what's coming up or something that you're excited about. Start with the story component. What are you up to? What are you doing? And how does that relate to, you know, what you're talking about. It's the story and the human connection that will keep people reading and entice them to becoming a lead. Like I said before, like I only did, what was it? I got 4 genuine leads from Facebook and sales while I was away from posting. Even though I posted less, I posted in a particular strategy with the story first. It still got me leads and sales while I was away. Okay. So in all of this, you can actually have times where you can post a lot less but still get results. I don't know how I'm tracking now, but about 8 days ago, I got a message from my upline saying you're on par, still number 1 for the month with somebody else. We were tied. They might have surpassed me now, I'm not sure, while I was away holidaying in Bali for 2 weeks. So I'm still maintaining that kind of level of sales by posting less. Okay. So it's still achievable if you're doing all the right things. And following up with my leads was a priority. So I might have been posting less, but every day I would kind of look at leads and make sure I'm having those conversations. So if you've got leads, don't leave them hanging. You've still got to have conversations and genuinely follow up with those people. I will acknowledge that by not really being on point, I have missed leads and opportunities for sales, though. I will say that. So yesterday, which was my first day kind of working back and checking back on leads, there were a whole lot of leads on a video that I did on the day that I left. So 2 weeks ago today, that have not been replied to. And I've even got a VA that helps me, you know, with those leads. But there was a whole lot of leads asking for information on this new product that we're launching at the moment that had not been attended to. And yesterday, like, I'm following up on them almost 2 weeks later. Now that's not a good thing. I've like 2 weeks on leads from TikTok and Instagram is like a lifetime. They've gone cold. They've probably even forgotten what they asked for. So I haven't done the best I could do, but I just wanted to share with you those lessons. So if you go away in the future, or if you have a downtime, just remember those kind of things. Like, you can post less, absolutely, go and have fun, go and, you know, do life, but continue to post in your stories because it makes you more relatable. It makes you more of a human, and people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. So stories is really important to keep up, non-business related. Okay. If you post on your Facebook feed, even less, when you do post, make sure it's story related, human connection related. You want other people to read your posts and feel themselves in your story. Okay. And when it comes to reels and TikTok, like short form video, I would still do them. You can do them less and still get leads like I did. Just perhaps look a little bit more closely at your leads once a day or twice a day to make sure you don't miss them completely, which is what I have. So I know I could have had better results this month. I mean, the month isn't over as yet, but I've definitely missed leads and opportunities by not having a closer look at people that were leaving comments for calls to action. But that, you know, that's my fault. You know, I was having fun for a couple of weeks and I just wasn't as attentive to people that left calls to action. So my fault. I've got to wear the consequences of that. So I hope that's helpful. Maybe you don't go away as much as like I do, like I'm going away in a month again. But there are always times where we just don't feel like posting, or, you know, somebody gets sick, or you get sick, or, you know, you move house, or, you know, whatever it is. There's always things that kind of come up. Just remember these things during those times to still keep the wheels ticking along, you know, even though, you know, life is happening. Okay. So I hope you get something out of that that's helpful to you. I'm back now for a month anyway, before I take off again. I've qualified for a trip with my company, all expenses paid, to Hawaii. So I'll be off for a week in a month, but I'm here for a while now. So back on my regular live schedule, which is today, and then not tomorrow, but the next day, to share some social media training with you. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video. It's good to be back. Bye.